The Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card is one of the very best starter credit cards that you can start out with in today's world. And I say this because if you guys are new to credit, this is the perfect credit card to start getting your feet wet. In fact, many people don't know this, but out of all my 12 credit cards that I have, the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card was my very first credit card that I've ever owned. And they started me out with a $1,200 credit limit. Nowadays, I have a $14,000 credit limit on just that one same credit card that I've had for all of these years. Now, of course, there are better credit cards out there on the market than this one, but again, if you guys are new to credit or if you're in your teens or early 20s, then I would highly recommend that you guys get this credit card. In this video, I'll be doing a full review on this credit card, and then I'll also be talking about my 8-year journey with this credit card and how it's treated me up until now. So if you're even remotely thinking about getting this credit card, then watch this video all the way to the end so that way you can make a fully informed decision before applying. If you're already subscribed, then welcome back. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ismael Sandiford, and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So I've had my Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card for over 8 years now, and we've been through thick and thin together. At the time being when I first got this credit card, I was just a kid in trade school trying to find his way through life. I had a student loan at the time being that I took out for school, aka an installment loan, and that's what started my credit journey. Chase usually requires you to have some kind of credit history before getting approved for one of their credit cards because these are not credit building credit cards like secure credit cards. In fact, Chase doesn't even offer you the option to get a secure credit card. But since I had some kind of credit established when I walked into Chase one day in regards to questions for a checking account, the banker actually told me I was pre-approved for one of their credit cards and asked me if I wanted to proceed with an application. Then boom, I was approved for the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card with a $1,200 credit limit. Now, I really didn't know anything about credit cards at the time being, besides the fact that you have to pay them on time. I didn't know anything about cashback rewards, balance transfers, sign-up bonuses, nothing. So in this video, my goal is to just show you guys the things that I didn't know so that way you guys can get the most out of your Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card. Okay, so to start off, the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card comes with no annual fees. So this means you won't have to pay a fee every year just to have this credit card. Because usually with other credit cards on the market that give you a ton of value, they're usually going to charge you an annual fee just to have the credit card every year. But the fact that the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card doesn't charge any annual fees is fantastic. Especially for teens or people in their early 20s that are just getting started with their lives that are currently still in school. I definitely understand and feel you when it comes to budgeting and trying to save every dollar that you possibly can. Now, if you're actually approved for this credit card, at the time being of this recording, Chase is going to offer you a $200 bonus once you spend $500 on purchases within the first 3 months of opening this account. So this means once you're approved for this credit card, you have 3 months, roughly 90 days to spend $500 so that way you can get a free $200. I know for a fact most of you guys out there can probably hit that in the first month, to be honest. But the other new card member bonus that Chase is offering you right now at the time of this recording is actually a really good bonus, but it's only for limited time, so you're definitely going to want to act fast. So this bonus is going to be a 5% cash back at gas stations and grocery stores in combined purchases all the way up to $12,000 spent in the first year of ownership. In the past, it did used to be 5% only at grocery stores all the way up to $12,000, but I guess they added in gas nowadays. So you'll be earning 5% cash back whenever you're getting gas, which is like, what, all the time? And then 5% cash back at groceries. But the catch is you cannot get 5% cash back on Walmart purchases or Target purchases because those are excluded. And I think Chase does this because both Walmart and Target offer different things other than groceries like sport items and even electronics and stuff of that nature. But if you're going to an actual grocery store, then yeah, you're going to be receiving 5% cash back. But again, just keep note, this is going to be in combined purchases, meaning both gas and groceries together up to $12,000 for the first year only. And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that this is a really good offer. This is an absolutely crazy offer that you should definitely be taking advantage of. So if you don't already have this card, then you are definitely eligible to have this credit card. Or if you haven't received a bonus like this from Chase within the last 2 years, then you are definitely eligible to have this credit card still. But the craziest part to me is that this credit card still has a lot more value to offer you. And this next benefit that I'm getting ready to talk about definitely seals the deal for me. So new card members or people that are interested in getting this credit card, pay attention. Once you're approved for this credit card, you'll be getting a 0% intro APR for the first 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. So for those out there that don't know what I just said, this is pretty much what it means. Once you're approved for this credit card for the first 15 months, you will not have to pay any interest whether you're purchasing something or if you're doing a balance transfer from another credit card. Okay, so let's talk about purchases first before we talk about balance transfers. So pretty much what this 0% intro APR means is you can buy things on this credit card for 15 months and only make the minimum payment without the bank charging you interest every month. This is huge. When I was in my early 20s, I was definitely taking advantage of this. Sometimes I would be in sticky situations in my life, and then my buddy Chase would come to the rescue. And it was cool that my buddy Chase was helping me out because I didn't have to pay him back any interest for letting me borrow money. And this alone got me through some difficult times in my early 20s. That's why this credit card definitely has a soft spot in my heart. But as far as balance transfers go, if you guys have another credit card with debt on it, then you can use the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card as a scapegoat. And not only would you use it as a scapegoat, but again, you wouldn't be paying interest on it for the first 15 months, solely just making the minimum payments. But after the 15 months are over, at the time of this recording, you'll be at a variable APR of 20.49% all the way up to 29.24%. So just make sure you have everything paid off before that 0% intro APR runs out. But honestly, guys, we still got a few more things to talk about, but I think with the stuff that I told you already alone makes this credit card one of, if not the best beginner credit cards on the market. But the next thing we're going to be talking about is the cash back that you're going to be receiving on this credit card on your purchases. So if you're dining at a restaurant, getting food for takeout, or ordering from a specific delivery service like Uber Eats or DoorDash, you'll be receiving 3% cash back on all of those purchases. You'll also be receiving 3% cash back on drugstore purchases as well. So this means you can shop at places like Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, and stuff of that nature to receive 3% cash back on your purchases. Now, the next cashback category is going to be 5% when you book for travel through the Chase Unlimited Rewards portal. Although the 5% number does seem pretty enticing, I personally choose to stay away from portals or third-party travel websites for a few reasons. So for me personally, I love to travel a lot. In fact, I'm actually in Colombia right now as I film this video. But when I travel, I hate booking through third-party websites because it's always a hassle if I want to change or cancel my reservations for either a flight or hotel. It's literally both parties playing the blame game at each other and nothing ever seems to get resolved. And I would much rather avoid that and just not put myself in that position to even begin with personally. But I mean, hey, to each their own. But now let's talk about the final cashback category. So this credit card is really famous for giving you 1.5% cash back on all of your purchases. Because Chase Bank has another similar credit card that they offer that's going to give you 1% cash back on all of your other purchases. And that credit card is going to be known as the Chase Freedom Flex card. Both are amazing credit cards, by the way, that are almost very similar down to the T. But again, I do have a soft spot for the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card because it was my very first credit card. So that's the one I would choose between the two if I had to do it all over again. And by the way, these cashback rewards will not expire just as long as the account is still open. And there's no minimum amount needed in order to redeem them. So if you ever choose to close your account, which I don't ever recommend that you do, you will no longer have access to these cashback rewards. I don't ever recommend closing your credit cards for the most part because this can actually hurt your credit score. And it hurts it by two ways. One, you will lose all of that credit history, which will affect your length of credit, which makes up about 15% of your credit score. And two, you will lose that credit limit, which will affect something called your utilization, aka amount owed if you have some debt. The higher credit utilization that you have, then the lower your credit score is gonna go. So for example, if you have 3 credit cards with a $10,000 limit on them, you will have a total of $30K. But if you owe 15% on that $30K, which equals to $4,500, and you close one of these cards, your new limit is going to be $20K instead of the $30K, but you still owe the $4,500. So instead of having a utilization ratio of 15%, it's now going to be a little over 22% roughly. And again, like I said, the higher utilization you have, then the lower your credit score is going to go. I made a really good in-depth video not too long ago in regards to how to boost your credit score really fast, and I also talk about all the credit score categories as well. If you guys would like to boost your credit score really fast or learn ways how to do so, then I highly recommend that you guys go watch that video. So feel free to browse my channel or hit the link in the description below. But anyways, you can redeem these cashback rewards through a few different ways. One is obviously going to be through cashback, which is my personal favorite. And comment down below if you guys are team cashback, because me personally, I'm team cashback. So my people out there, if you guys are team cashback, comment down below where we at. But anyways, if you have 200,000 points accumulated, then you can literally deposit $2,000 into your bank account. But another way you can redeem cash back at 1 cent per point is through statement credit, which isn't too bad of an option, to be honest. You can also redeem your cashback rewards at checkout when paying at Amazon. You won't be getting the most out of your points with this option because your points are going to be valued at a little less, so just know that. But if you don't care about that and you're totally fine with that, then by all means. I literally bought a book at Amazon using my cashback rewards because at the time being, I just didn't care. I seen my points there. I seen a book I really wanted and I just pulled the trigger on it. So what I'm trying to say is just use your points and enjoy them as long as you use them, right? But you can also redeem your cashback rewards for gift cards or travel booked through the Chase Unlimited Rewards portal if you would like to go through with that route. And another few things you can do as well is pay with your points, transfer your points, or combine your points with other higher tier Chase credit cards, such as the Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card. If you choose to take this route, you can transfer your points from the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card to either the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card for more value when booking through the Chase Unlimited Reward portal for travel. So the value you get from your cashback rewards are going to depend on how you choose to redeem them, just like how you see on the screen right now. Again, I'm personally team cashback, so that's what I'm gonna go with every time. But now let's go over some other perks that this credit card has to offer. So this credit card is gonna come with contactless tap to pay, which is really convenient for those that shop a lot. Just simply tap your credit card on the scanner in order to pay. You can also add this card to your digital wallet such as Apple Pay, Google Pay, or even Samsung Pay. So you don't even physically have to carry this credit card around all the time if you don't want to. Now there is gonna be a 3% foreign transaction fee, so I wouldn't recommend using this credit card if you guys are in different countries because those fees can quickly add up over time. And always make sure to make your payments on time because there is going to be a $40 late fee. There's also a bunch of service protection benefits that I'm not going to be going over in this video, but I will, however, mention the zero liability protection because I feel that's really important to know. So if your Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card ever gets into the wrong hands for whatever reason, then you won't be responsible for any charges that were made on your card. Now this credit card does have a few partner benefits that they teamed up with, such as Lyft, DoorDash, and Instacart. Now with DoorDash, they're pretty much just going to give you a free DoorDash membership for about 9 months, and what this does is waive delivery fees and then reduce some service fees. Now with Instacart, they're pretty much doing the same thing that they did with DoorDash. They're going to give you a free membership for about 3 months on Instacart Plus, and then they're going to waive some fees and reduce some service fees as well. Now for Lyft, there's actually pretty good value in this partner benefit, not gonna lie. So you'll be getting 5% cash back on all of your Lyft rides from now all the way up to March 31st, 2025. So you got a good ways to go. But definitely take advantage of that Lyft ride because that's actually a really good cash back offer. But when it's all said and done, everybody, the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card is arguably the best beginner credit card on the market. This is the perfect gateway credit card to get you into the worlds of credit cards, so that way you can get bigger credit cards in the future, such as Amex credit cards or even business credit cards in the future. I started with a $1,200 credit limit on this card, then they bumped me up to a $3,000 credit limit on this card, and then a $5,000 credit limit on this card. Then they bumped me up to an $8,000 credit limit, and then next a $14,000 credit limit, which I now have. Now I do have other credit cards with Chase Bank that have pretty decent limits on them as well, so I'm pretty fine with the limit that I have. But honestly, the way that I made this happen is just by making my payments on time, using the card, and then just updating my income. I made a video not too long ago on how to get a credit limit increase with Chase while only getting a soft pull on your credit, so if you guys are interested in watching that, feel free to browse my channel or hit the link in the description below. But honestly, I feel like the Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card just gives you so much value that it kind of would be insane to not get it. So if you're new to having credit, or again, if you're in your teens or early 20s in college, then I would highly recommend that you guys get this credit card, zero questions asked. When I was in my early 20s, this credit card saved me so many times, and I just feel like it could do the same for you. I wouldn't recommend anything on my channel that I didn't believe in, so if you guys are contemplating on getting this credit card, then I would say go for it. And honestly, guys, if a credit card is trash, I'm gonna tell you it's trash, and I'm probably gonna tell you to not get the credit card and to much rather choose something else rather than that. But that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's video, guys. I hope you guys found value in any of this information. I really do. If you guys already have this credit card, let me know in the comments below how many months or years that you've had this credit card for. Me personally, I've had this credit card for over 8 years, and honestly, I can't even believe it. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I truly do appreciate you guys. We are at 24,781 subscribers at the time of this recording, so I do appreciate all who watch. I do post weekly videos for those that don't know, and if you guys haven't yet already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you guys get notified every time post a new video. And again, we talk about personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics, so if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. We talk about how to get high limits on your guys' credit cards. We talk about how to boost your personal credit, how to obtain business credit. We talk about real estate. We talk about mortgage loan programs. We talk about all that. So this is your one-stop shop. And for those that don't know, I'm a licensed real estate agent, a realtor, and I'm also a licensed mortgage loan originator as well. So if you guys have any questions or concerns in regards to real estate, all my information is in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.